If you're looking for a job, a big job fair is being held tomorrow at Fox Valley Technical College. Congressman Reid Ribble is putting on the event, and he's here to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rachel. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, we saw you just, when was it that you were here before for the last job fair?
Oh, it was about 2 months ago that we did here in Green Bay.
And that one was quite successful?
It was. We had about 65 companies that were hiring that day, and we had over 1,400 citizens that came looking for work. So it was really good.
That's a lot of people.
It is.
A lot of people with high hopes going to a job fair like that. And were they successful?
Some were. There were about 100 people that were hired that day.
Just right there on the spot?
Right there on the spot. So that was a good thing. And we're hoping to have a similar result tomorrow in Appleton.
That is good to hear.
Yeah. The economy is getting better. We're starting to feel the private sector moving. You just mentioned manufacturing jobs are up. And we've got some companies tomorrow that are looking for welders, engineers, salespeople. So.
What sectors concern you?
Well, wow, what sectors concern me? I think they all concern me a little bit, but primarily construction. I mean, when you look at home construction, that whole industry has been decimated. It's the industry that I'm real familiar with, and so that would be the first thing that we'd like to see come back. I don't think we're ever going to have a strong national economy without housing getting better.
That would make a big difference. Let's talk a little bit more about the job fair before moving on. When you were there and you were talking to people, what were you hearing from them?
Well, I was hearing two things. It was a little bittersweet. They were very thankful that a member of Congress would do what I'm doing, trying to bring businesses and citizens together. But there were some that were chronically unemployed, that had been unemployed for 1.5 years or 2 years. And there was a certain amount of fear that was starting to edge into their lives and creep into their lives. And so I wanted to continue the process and move it around the district a little bit. So we went from Green Bay to Appleton, and hopefully some more folks will find success on Saturday.
Who should be going? Who would you encourage to go to the job fair this Saturday?
I think anybody who is unemployed, underemployed, or has a family member that is. We have the entire spectrum of jobs available, from entry-level jobs all the way up to engineering jobs. Some highly skilled jobs. So some of these are very good paying jobs that if you have degrees that you could possibly tap into. And there's something beneficial about seeing somebody face to face rather than mailing in a resume or submitting a resume online. This time you actually get to talk to a real person. And
do they need to come prepared with their resume? And
I think they should.
And look at it almost as an interview?
I think they should. Put a smile on your face, be optimistic. And
look nice?
That's right, and look nice. Present yourself in the way that you would want to see someone if you were going to hire them.
The nation's talking about the economy and jobs, and the president is very frustrated that his jobs bill has been the first one voted down, and the second one, the pared down one, also not popular with Republicans. What's going on?
Well, it's not just unpopular with Republicans. In a Democratic-controlled Senate, they can't get to 60 votes. They lost Democrats yesterday. What they're doing is they're taking the bill apart to find pieces that they think they might be able to move, and we'll see what happens. But I think what we're seeing is that we're concerned about doing what doesn't work. The president's almost doubling down on some bad policy, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't look at the elements of that jobs bill, take out what we can agree on, and move that forward. We did a little bit of that last week, where both the House and the Senate in 6 days' time passed 3 free trade agreements, which will improve employment in this country.
So there are things in there that you would like to see move on.
Sure.
Such
and we tried to take that. Well, one was the free trade agreements. Okay. He talked about some elements of tax reform for corporations that are doing multinational work. Let's remove loopholes and subsidies and lower the tax rate to make our manufacturing base more competitive abroad. I think that's got pretty broad bipartisan support. So that type of policy will work. And then he talks a little bit about some regulatory reform. He mentioned it in his State of the Union address, and we'll add some elements of reforming our regulatory system to remove some of the obstacles and burdens that government's put in the way. All of those things will begin to improve employment around the country if we do them.
And it's a conversation that will continue.
It will.
I'm sure. So let's invite people again to the jobs fair. It's this Saturday.
Saturday, 9 to noon at Fox Valley Technical College in Appleton.
And you'll be there.
I'll be there.
Congressman Reid Ribble, thanks for stopping by again.
Thank you, Rachel.
And now it's time to check in with Pete. He's outside on, I'm sorry, we want to tell you about our job finder that's online. So go to fox11online.com and you'll find the job finder, and it's a free service. People with jobs can post them there, and if you're looking for a job, you'll be able to find them.